Action 2 News this morning starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. It's a First Alert Weather Day. We have team coverage right now of what will likely be the hottest day of the year. So let's begin with Steve Balon in the First Alert Weather Center. Steve.
All right. Thanks, Tammy. Yeah, today is a First Alert Weather Day, the hottest day of the year. Temperatures will be climbing deep into the 90s with the heat index climbing into the triple digits. The National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory across much of east central Wisconsin and these red shaded counties just south of Highway 64. When you get to Winnebago County, south and west, it becomes an excessive heat warning. Very hot. Very humid, a high of 95. I think we'll have that before 4 o'clock this afternoon. That's when the heat index will be in the triple digits and we'll have some hazy sunshine. So we're going to go to First Alert Pinpoint Predictor and see how those feel-like temperatures, those heat indices are going to be. And many of them across east central Wisconsin will range between 100 and 110 degrees. And when it gets that hot, you have to take care of your body. You got to take care of your family members. Don't leave pets and kids inside a hot car. Drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. Reduce strenuous activities. Stay near the air conditioning to keep cool. And wear lightweight and light-colored clothing to not absorb all that solar energy. We'll have temperatures across the area coming up at 6:07. Mega muggy dew points today as well. Our hourly pinpoint predictor forecast is coming up, Tammy.
All right, Stephen, with those temperatures in the 90s today, there are cooling centers you can go to escape the dangerous heat. Kristen Allen is live at the Salvation Army of Greater Green Bay, where the doors are open if you need relief. Kristen.
Good morning. They just opened about 2 hours ago, and there's already been a couple people who have come inside to take advantage of this cooling center and get some relief from the heat. You can see they have their water tanks set up here to help people as well, help them stay hydrated and safe in what could be some dangerous heat we're seeing today. This cooling center here at the Salvation Army is always open whenever the air temperature or the heat index reaches 90 or above, and we know today the temperature will go well into the 90s. There's also going to be a lunch program. It happens every day, and it's happening today at 11:15 this morning. So anyone who is in here taking advantage of the cooling center is also welcome to join that lunch program for free as well. The cooling center is open to anyone. If you don't have air conditioning, or perhaps you're working outside as a postal worker, construction worker, you're welcome to come inside and get some relief from the heat.
Just come in, talk to our receptionist and say, hey, I'm hot out there, I need to cool off, and we will walk you to our lobby and let you cool down. We want to make sure that we're preventing any safety concerns.
And the cooling center is here at the Salvation Army of Greater Green Bay. It's located on the west side on Union Court. It's open until 4:30 this afternoon. There's also a variety of other cooling centers in the area as well, including the Salvation Army, the Fox Cities. Its cooling center is going to be open until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Reporting live in Green Bay, Kristen Allen, Action 2 News.
Kristen, thank you. A first alert just into our newsroom. 4 people are safe after a fire at a Green Bay apartment. Green Bay fire officials were called to the apartment in the 1500 block of Main Street around 11 Tuesday morning. The first crew on scene saw smoke coming from the second floor of the building. They say the fire started in a bedroom. They put it out in about 10 minutes. One person there was treated on scene for inhaling smoke. They didn't need to go to the hospital. Officials estimate damage around $30,000. Happening today, Your Voice, Your Vote, the first Republican debate of the 2024 presidential election. And we're looking live this morning at Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, where it's happening. 8 Republican candidates will take the stage, but the party frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, will not be among them. Trump citing a huge lead in many polls as the reason he's skipping the debate. Former Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker says tonight's debate needs to be about issues facing voters and not just the former president. Stay with Action 2 News for full coverage of the Republican primary debate in Milwaukee tonight. We have our Chris Roth, who will bring us live coverage from the Deer District. Former Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani is planning to surrender to Georgia police today. Donald Trump says he'll turn himself in tomorrow. Several of Trump's 18 co-defendants have already surrendered at the Fulton County Jail in the Atlanta area. They're charged with interfering in the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. In the federal classified documents case against Trump, a former IT employee at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate has changed what he says was previously false testimony to the grand jury. He's now implicating Trump and others. Legal experts say the man known in the paperwork as Trump Employee 4 could be a central witness in special counsel Jack Smith's case against Trump.
I'm Aisha Morales at the First Alert Safety Desk. Still to come, a warning to parents. A new study says too much screen time for babies can affect their development.
And I'm Catherine Bracha with First Alert Traffic. Still to come, a construction zone becoming a real trouble spot in the valley. How you can make your commute safer on 441.
From WBAY TV, Tammy Elliott, Aisha Morales, Catherine Bracho, and Steve Bailon. This is Action 2 News This Morning, your First Alert station.
Welcome back. A First Alert update in Pakistan. Crews have rescued all 8 people stuck in a cable car hundreds of feet in the air. As we've reported, 6 kids and 2 adults were suspended for 16 hours. And take a look at this video. The moment the last boy stuck on top was brought down, you can hear them cheering there. Took crews about 3 hours to stage this careful rescue. People have been complaining about this cable car for months. It's already 82 degrees, and it is a First Alert weather day because of the heat. Let's get right to Steve.
Tammy, you could practically cut that air with a knife. It is so humid outside. Green Bay's temperature is 82, but the dew point is 77 with some hazy sunshine. We've got a very hot and humid air mass moving in across the state. Temperatures are mostly in the 80s all the way back out into western Wisconsin, and a lot of our dew points are in the mid to upper 70s. This is some tropical-like air that we're not used to, and it's blowing in our direction thanks to a southwest wind. So if you're somebody who has a hard time handling your hair when it gets really humid out there, you're probably not going to be happy with the Aisha Frizzcast. It is in the ponytail category. So there's our forecast on First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. We'll have a high of 95 this afternoon, but the heat index will be in the triple digits. Dangerous heat. Record highs may be broken. We're talking about that at 6:18. Pinpoint Predictor's heat index forecast is coming up, and we'll have your First Alert 7-day forecast, which is cooler ahead, Tammy.
All right, Steve, thank you. We have more to come on Action 2 News this morning. Taking a live look at Lambeau Field. You're invited to life-saving training going on there today. Now it's time for GMA's First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the retail theft ripple effect. Dick's Sporting Goods blaming an increasingly serious theft problem at its stores for a 23% drop in its profits. The retailer joining a growing list of companies, including Target, Home Depot, TJ Maxx, and Ulta, recently sounding the alarm on organized retail crime.
It's extremely difficult to quantify the degree of the problem because not a lot of information is shared.
From this flash mob stealing nearly $100,000 worth of items at a California mall earlier this month, to big box retailers like Home Depot, getting hit especially hard time and time again, investigating hundreds of cases and losing billions of dollars. So what does this mean for the prices of your favorite products? It's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
Kayaking is my thing.
Running is awesome.
But her moderate to severe eczema would make her skin so uncomfortable.
I was always so itchy, especially when I was hot.
Now my skin doesn't itch as much.
Now we're staying ahead of her eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion, and Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so they can have clearer skin and less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a wonderful thing.
Ask your child's eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal their skin from within.
First Alert Traffic is sponsored by Green Bay Metro. Download GBM on demand and ride with us today.
Good morning. I want to update you on a situation we just learned about in the past couple of minutes. Let me set the scene for you here. This is southbound, the ramp from southbound 45 to southbound I-41 in the Oshkosh area. And you can see all these emergency vehicles here. They're dealing with a crash right now. The ramp appears to be open, but traffic is very slow going. So let me show you an alternate route option here. Here's where this crash is, and you can see the slowdown there. What you may want to do instead might be a safer option. Just continue southbound on 45 into town and then take Highway 21 west to get onto southbound I-41. Also earlier we were talking about a trouble spot in the valley. This is where we've been seeing some crashes on 441 because it's down to one lane each way between East College and Northland. So if your commute takes you here southbound on 441, if you're exiting from I-41 in the Appleton area to southbound 441, be mindful you could encounter a slowdown there. Same story for northbound traffic. Be aware there could be a slowdown. Tammy.
All right, Catherine, and no, you'll keep checking on that. We'll get back to you if you learn anything new on that crash. A Swamico homeowner continues his fight with Brown County leaders. He wants to stop vehicles from crashing into his home.
Up till this last one, I wasn't scared to live here because I figured that was just a fluke, you know, but it's not a fluke no more.
It's getting harder and harder. It's not a problem. Just put a guide rail up or do something.
And when it comes to solutions, the Brown County Planning, Development, and Transportation Committees are not on the same page. Vice Chair Ray Sunan says he did not see any action that would be appropriate. He says a guardrail is meant to be hit by cars, and Sunan doesn't want the county to be liable for potential guardrail crashes.
I mean, I understand 3 times in 7 years, but who knows if and when it'll ever be hit again.
The committee approved a motion to reconsider safety precautions in the 2024 budgeting process. Later this morning, the Appleton Post Office on West Franklin Street will be renamed after fallen firefighter Mitch Lundgaard. The 36-year-old was shot and killed in 2019 while responding to a medical call. A Green Bay native, Lundgaard served with the Appleton Fire Department for 14 years. First Alert Safety Desk now with Aisha Morales, and a warning for parents this morning about too much screen time for your kids. And Aisha, we hear a lot about this.
Yeah, Tammy, we do. Good morning. This is actually a new study just published in the journal JAMA Pediatrics specific to 1-year-old babies. Researchers say too much screen time is linked to developmental delays, and the study found babies who had more than 1 hour of screen time appeared to have more delays in developing communication, fine motor skills, and problem-solving skills by the time they turn 2, 3, or 4 years old. Doctors say, here's some tips. They say to keep screen time for toddlers at an absolute minimum. From the ages between 2 and 5, they recommend about an hour a day. If the child is on a video call, that's okay since the child is practicing their speech. Doctors do caution, though, not to use screens as an emotional crutch or as a quick fix way to soothe your children. Lastly, if you're watching shows with your kids, a good idea is interact with them while watching those shows with them. Not all screen time is bad, so we want to reiterate that. In some ways, experts say it can even improve communication skills. It's just important to remember it also depends on their age and the content, not so much the amount of time. Tammy.
All right, thank you, Aisha. Happening today, a chance to learn important life-saving skills for free at Lambeau Field, and that's where Emily Roberts is joining us live with the details. Good morning, Emily.
Tammy, the Green Bay Packers and Bellin Health joining forces yet again, now hosting a free, hands-only CPR training event right here in the Johnsonville Tailgate Village. We've reported the Packers and Bellin being proactive, distributing AEDs to 80 organizations in the area and offering comprehensive training sessions. Today's walk-in training sessions are expected to be about 5 minutes long, led by Bellin Health professionals. They'll teach you how to recognize signs of cardiac arrest and the basics of CPR with an emphasis on chest compressions. And if you're interested in showing up, we've got some more information posted for you at WBAY.com.
I'm sure, Emily, a lot of people are considering this. Are there any requirements if you want to attend this training?
The event is designed to be accessible to everyone, regardless of medical knowledge or experience, with the goal being to empower as many people as possible to potentially save a life during cardiac emergency. In Titletown, Emily Roberts, Action 2 News.
So important. Thank you, Emily, for that. All right, we're talking about extreme heat on this first alert weather day. Steve, tracking those temperatures.
Yeah, we've been talking about all morning, Tammy. This is probably going to be the hottest day of the year. The National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory in these red-shaded counties south of Highway 64. When you get to Winnebago County south and west, it's an excessive heat warning. We'll be deep in the 90s, a high of 95 before 4 o'clock this afternoon. As we go into the afternoon, into this first alert weather day, the heat index will likely be above 100 degrees. That's some dangerous heat that we want people to be aware of and to stay safe from. So the temperatures right now, we're already at 90 in Wapaka. There's 70s and 60s way to the north and east, but look at the dew points. It's rare to see the dew points approaching 80 in the Fox Valley, but that's where we're at. We've had a strong warm front come through this morning. In the wake of that boundary, a southwest breeze is bringing in the triple H's, hazy, hot, and humid weather. Now, we dive into the future. First alert pinpoint predictor shows any clouds and fog this morning, giving way to some sun, except for some clouds that will linger towards the upper Michigan border in Door County. But otherwise, we'll have some hazy sunshine, and skies will be partly cloudy as we go towards this evening. This is how hot it's going to get. Our actual air temperatures will get into the mid to upper 90s. Wapaka and Wautoma almost up to 100 degrees. These high temperatures could break records across the area. Today's record high in Green Bay, 95, set back in 1947. Combine the heat with this, the humidity, the dew points in the mid 70s will push our heat index into the triple digits around and southwest of Green Bay. Again, this is dangerous heat that we want you to stay safe from. When the heat is this extreme, don't leave pets and kids inside a hot car. Drink lots of water to stay hydrated. Reduce strenuous outdoor activities. Stay in the air conditioning or shady spots and wear lightweight and light-colored clothing. Our severe weather outlook for today is in the moderate category. As a reminder, it is a first alert weather day, but things will get better after that as we cool down. Right now, 87 degrees in Green Bay, mega muggy dew point of 78, west wind at 8 miles an hour. Today, Wednesday, very hot and humid, record heat possible. possible. A high of 95. The peak heat index climbing above 100. Variable clouds, still humid with areas of fog after midnight tonight. A low of 67. On the water today, southeast to south winds 10 to 20 knots, 2 to 4 foot waves. And there's the First Alert 7-day forecast with cooler days ahead. Highs will still be in the 80s Thursday and Friday, but 70s for the weekend look a lot more comfortable.
First Alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Steve Baylon. Sponsored by Tundraland, home to bath remodeling and custom decks. Go now to tundraland.com.
जी हाँ, आप अपनी स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि हम
Celebration in India as the country becomes the fourth to land a spacecraft on the moon. Their Chandrayaan-3 craft landed on the lunar surface just a short time ago. They joined the U.S., Russia, and China as the only countries to pull off the feat. A bipartisan group of lawmakers says Facebook parent company Meta is risking public safety. The Wall Street Journal reporting those lawmakers say recalled baby products sold on Facebook Marketplace caused dozens of infant deaths and injuries. The Consumer Product Safety Commission has also asked Facebook to take down listed products. All right, want to head back to Catherine now for an update on First Alert traffic.
Yeah, Tammy, this is still a real problem in the Oshkosh area. First Alert traffic here. We're looking at our traffic camera, I-41 at Highway 45. So this is the ramp from southbound 45 into the southbound lanes of I-41. You see all the emergency vehicles here. They are working to clear away this crash. We don't yet know if anyone was hurt. Here's what you may want to do, possibly a safer route to just avoid this entirely. Head south on 45 into town, then take 21 west to I-41 and continue south that way. So we are going to get in touch. Try to get in touch with Winnebago County officials, and in the next 4 minutes or so, we'll let you know if we get any information from them on when this might be cleared away. Steve.
All right, thanks, Catherine. So in the next 24 hours, we're within a First Alert weather day because of dangerous heat, and the humidity will push that feels like temperature up into the triple digits this afternoon. Record highs around 95 this afternoon. Clouds giving way to some hazy sun. Still humid tonight with a low of 67, and then temperatures slowly cool down on your First Alert 7-day forecast. The weekend is going to feel comfortable with highs in the 70s. And as the Packers kick off against the Seattle Seahawks Saturday at noon for preseason fun, we'll see a temperature kickoff around 69 degrees. Tammy.
All right, Steve, thank you. In the next half hour of Action 2 News this morning, relief from today's dangerous heat. We're talking live with the Salvation Army about when their cooling center will be open today.